Hey folks, this is Jake Davis with a wrestling recap for you. And today I'm talking about the Royal Rumble 2021 held last night from the Thunderdome in Tampa in the Tropicana Field. I'm going to try to rush this video because it's already 3:30. I just was so busy today, kept getting distracted and pushed back, just didn't get a chance to shoot the video. And I was so exhausted and kind of tipsy last night after the show, I didn't really have the energy to shoot it then. But I assure you, last night was a very, very gratifying Royal Rumble event. Real quick, I want to point out that in the kickoff show, Asuka and Charlotte Flair, Asuka also being the Raw Women's Champion, they defend their Raw Women's titles in a rematch from TLC against Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax. It was really weird to me this was on the kickoff. Anyhow, Lacey Evans, Ric Flair gets involved, causes distraction. Lacey Evans slips on his Hall of Fame ring is what it looked like it was. It may have been something else. While Charlotte's upside down in the figure eight on Shayna, Lacey pops her one. Nia Jax tags in, hits a Hollywood leg drop, and Shayna and Nia Jax have won back the tag team titles. I'm glad the belts are off. Asuka and Charlotte, they were doing nothing as champions, weren't even on TV together. Shayna and Nia were a really good team. They brought out very positive chemistry and personality in each other. So I'm glad they got the titles back. But easily the match where their other title win back at Payback against Bayley and Banks was so much better. A much better match. Legit one of my favorite matches from 2020. Up next, well, to kick off the Royal Rumble show officially, the opening match is Drew McIntyre defending the WWE Championship against Goldberg. This is one of those things I absolutely hate when WWE does this. One guy is already in the ring and then they go to the match pack. It's just so annoying to me. It's just like the way I explained it to my girlfriend. It's just like, imagine you're sitting here. I'm going to go through here. I'm going to beat the shit out of this guy. I'm going to beat the ever-loving Christ out of him. I just got to wait for my Uber. You know? But anyhow, before the bell rings, Drew McIntyre hits a headbutt and a spear. They fall to the outside. Goldberg says, fuck that, and spears McIntyre right through the barricade. McIntyre's eventually able to stand back up and get back in the ring. The match starts. It's basic part-timer finisher fest that we've gotten over the last 5 or 6 years. Claymore, Goldberg kicks out, jackhammer. He should really stop doing the jackhammer. This is the third time in the last 4 matches where he damn near killed somebody with a jackhammer. I mean, this time it was better. Drew was able to get himself turned underneath, but Goldberg was slow at it. You can tell Drew had to turn himself in the situation. He kicks out, Drew kicks out, hits a second claymore, and Drew retains the title. There's respect after the match. Drew's a very dominant champion, looking good. And I just want to say one thing. A lot of people are talking about, really praising Drew McIntyre. He's had a great run as champion. He really has. But if he's, is he really the guy the WWE's putting everything on future-wise if he keeps being the opening match in pay-per-views? Anyhow, up next was for the SmackDown Women's title, Sasha Banks defending against Carmella with Reginald, her sommelier, in their corner. This dude has been stealing the storyline, constantly flirting with both ladies, kind of pissing them both off. Had a good match with Sasha Banks on SmackDown a few weeks ago. That was a fun match. But again, this is kind of like deja vu because this was the same setup at the last pay-per-view. Opening match, Drew McIntyre defends or retains the title. Next match, Sasha and Carmella. The hell? It's the same first hour as the last show y'all did, pay-per-view y'all did. This is the added touch of Reginald's interference and distracting. I guess added an extra layer to it compared to their match at TLC, which I also enjoyed. I'm glad they're not done with this feud already, but Reginald eventually catches Sasha falling off the the apron. She like hooks him in a damn head scissors takedown out of nowhere. The referee throws him out of ringside. Carmella almost gets a win with her new finisher, the low bridge super kick. Backstabber, bank statement, and Sasha retains the title. I think Carmella was on a hell of a roll. A great new gimmick. I don't think we should have had her go after the championship right away. Put her in a different feud because she has this great new gimmick that so appropriate for her. And this great new henchman. It was very funny. But she's, they put her right away, put her in the storyline against a champion they don't want to see drop the belt. So, I'm kind of killing her momentum right now. Up next, B Rabbit comes out and does his B Bunny, Bad Bunny. What are the rapper comes out, does a song while Booker T tries. It does. It reminded me back in the early 90s when it was apparently cool to look like you were not at all enjoying the music. Just look really mean. Oh, I'm so angry to be here. Oh, I hate that. Well, how was that considered cool? Yeah. You didn't look hard or awesome or badass. You just looked boring. You looked like a poser. That's what you did. If you did that back in the day, you looked like a poser. So up next is the Women's Royal Rumble match. A lot of good stuff in this match. Naomi returns to kick it off. Bayley was number 1. Bianca Belair comes at number 3. I love Billie Kay's hysterical run throughout the match trying to build alliances with various girls. She gets shot at by Shotzi Blackheart's tank. I think they botched it. I think Shayna Baszler was probably supposed to fight. Was probably supposed to punch through the headshot, but she just knocked out her hand. But yeah, I love her. Jillian Hall comes back. They teamed up. That was hysterical. Oh yeah, she tried to build a faction. All their friends. Me, Jillian, Wright, Squad, Peyton Royce. And it's the 5 of us against, I thought that was a smart strategy for a heel to have in a Rumble match. Anyone who have ever had an alliance with, tried to build like your own in-match NWO thing to protect each other. Of course, the Riot Squad being babyfaces weren't really having it. They eventually, maybe the best fucking Royal Rumble elimination of the night. Ruby Riot's trying to suplex Peyton Royce off the apron. Bayley slides under the bottom rope between both their legs and then power bombs Ruby Riott off the apron to eliminate her. That was so cool. That was a really, really cool spot. I love Victoria's return. I might be wrong, but I think this was Victoria's first return to the WWE since WrestleMania 25. All those ladies were deeply insulted by the Santino women winning the Women's Battle Royal. But this was a very entertaining, very well-booked Rumble match. I hated Charlotte coming out. Like I said, she had lost a title earlier in the night, and been screwed over by her own father. And there is the girl, Shayna Baszler, the girl who won 1/4 of the party that you should be so pissed off, right there in the ring. And just typical full entrance with the robe, the turn. Just no character. How do people think this woman is good? I can't stand her. I cannot stand Charlotte Flair. Anyhow, she gets in, has a whole big dominant. There's a lot of great stuff. Rhea Ripley maybe was the MVP of the match. It eventually comes down to Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair eliminate. Oh, by the way, I love the bit when once Nia Jax gets to the ring, her and Shayna Baszler start working together to tag champs and start throwing out all the bitches. I think they kind of blew Alexa Bliss. She comes out, she acts like she's in her playful mode, and then they all gang up on her. Which was weird to see 15, the entire ring gang up on the smallest woman in the match. But she looks like she's about to go fiend mode, but before she could transform, boom, Rhea Ripley throws her ass out. It was both a letdown and smart at the same time, because I've always said that kind of stuff. If you're in this huge street fight, Hell in a Cell kind of thing against a guy like Triple H, just jumping from behind while he's spitting the fucking water. His entrance is 3.5 days long, man. You got plenty of time to get the jump on the asshole. Anyhow, The finish, Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair eliminate Charlotte together, and even okay, Charlotte even has to play it like, she laughs at that. She can't even lose, without it meaning something. She is the new Cena. She's Chick Cena with Ric Flair's gimmick. Anyhow, also love the bit where Naomi. Bianca's hanging out of the rings, hanging by her feet, and Naomi's hanging by her feet right next to her, and then starts using Bianca's ponytail as an anchor or a rope to climb her way back in the ring. That was great. I love Bianca. Bianca eventually does like she has Rhea in the Burning Hammer. Rhea flips over, Rhea lands on her feet, but Bianca's right there with a clothesline over the top rope, and Bianca Belair is going to WrestleMania 37. She's the fourth woman to win the Royal Rumble, and that's 4 for 4, all coming from NXT, by the way. And also I want to point out that this is really cool because, yeah, sure, the title may change, this next, she may jump to whatever, but as it stands right now, Sasha Banks versus Bianca Belair is the women's main event for WrestleMania, and I predicted it. Up next, for the Universal Championship Last Man Standing match. Jesus Christ, Annie, are you alright? Be careful, baby. Playing with blocks, trying to kill me. Or herself. Anyhow, Kevin Owens challenges Roman Reigns for the Universal Championship. They've had a TLC, a steel cage, now Last Man Standing match in like a month and a half. This was going to be Adam Pearce, but Adam Pearce pulled a swerve on Roman to get Kevin Owens the rematch he deserves. Jey Uso isn't really a factor in this match. I was kind of distracted by my daughters. He may have gotten taken out early. But I like how they really explored Tropicana Field to really show off the how much space they're not using. We can open it up anytime, y'all. Try not to be so loud. Dude. Oh my god. Anyhow, the finish comes. Roman Reigns is handcuffed to the base of this big, scaffolding like a low bear on the Titantron. And he can't get to his feet, can't get his feet under him, so he's down. The referee's count, the referee gets to 9, and when he's at 9, Roman grabs the referee by the belt and slams him face first into a piece of the structure. Brilliant. Perfectly timed. Great. Kevin Owens tries to go in, gets knutted, gets low blowed by it. Roman gets hold of the keys, gets himself out, locks in that Zbyszko choke out, and yeah, second ref comes out, counts to 10, and Roman Reigns retains the championship yet again through dirty deeds done dirt cheap. Main event time, the Men's Royal Rumble match. Anyhow, this is the final match because that's what main event means. Number 1 is Edge, by God. His first match since Backlash. And number 2 is Randy Orton. They start fighting on the goddamn stage. They fight over to the announce table. Orton takes a knee to the damn chair, a chair to the knee from Edge, and they have to cart Randy Orton's sorry ass to the back. We know where this is going. So this ring really starts to fill up. Lots of stuff I loved in this bit. I loved when Kane comes in, starts chokeslamming fools, looks across the ring, eye to eye to Daniel Bryan, and Daniel Bryan puts out for the hug. And they go do the hug. That was great. I'm sorry, man. Team Hell No was one of the funniest things WWE ever did. That was a great team. Those guys were awesome. I'm forgetting. I loved AJ Styles. Throughout the course of the match, almost kept catching him from falling and putting him back in. Eventually, Braun Strowman throws him out. Excuse me, almost puts him back in. Braun Strowman grabs him. All right, I'll throw him over out on this side. And finally, AJ Styles is eliminated. Huge moment I wasn't expecting. Almost just reaches over to the top rope, pulls down. Will you be careful with those blocks? Jeez. Mr. Magoo. Yeah. Trying to finish up here. That's why I need editing equipment. Anyhow, or just need to learn to edit. I probably do have editing equipment on my laptop, probably some on my phone here, but I'm lazy. Anyhow, Lots of great spots in this match. Seth Rollins returns. Christian returns to the ring for the first time since, I believe, 2013. I might be wrong about that. Lots of great stuff in this. Almost reaches over the top rope, pulls Biggie Langston out, and throws him across the announce table with one hand. That was really impressive. I mean, Big E's huge, dude, and IC champ right now, so not like he's not being protected and stuff. Cool. I like how they tease this moment. Shinsuke Nakamura and Cesaro have this stare off at one point. Shinsuke's recently turned face. They're going to separate ways, and it almost looks like they're going to shake hands. But then they both get blindsided. That was nice tease. Like I said in my WrestleMania predictions, which is totally thrown off now, I would love to see Shinsuke versus Cesaro at Mania. That could be a possible show-stealing match. Daniel Bryan gets eliminated, who was my pick. That was heartbreaking, but, oh well. Finally, it comes down to Seth Rollins versus Edge, who, again, was number one. And, Edge eliminates him, but no. Right after he eliminates Seth Rollins, there's no bell because Randy Orton's back in the ring. He hits an RKO. He picks him up, goes to throw him out, but Edge spins around and throws out Randy Orton, and Edge is going to WrestleMania. To main event WrestleMania 37, as it sits right now, since he's technically part of Raw, I guess, he will be fighting Drew McIntyre in the main event, which could be a badass match. But I think Roman Reigns and Edge could be better. Not because the history of the spear, but it could be, the history of legacy versus legacy kind of thing. You know what I mean? Not spear versus spear. That'd be a silly thing. Because Roman's is better. But it was a phenomenal show. It was a great show. And no, I've said before, I don't like WrestleMania every year being about the part-timers. And I stand by that. But this isn't someone like Brock Lesnar or Goldberg, who were disheartened by the business and went away for years. This isn't someone like Batista, Rocky, or Cena, who, had opportunities to make more money for less risk and took these smart deals. This is like what happened. Edge is like with Daniel Bryan, like with Shawn Michaels, like with what happened with Ric Flair back in the 70s. This was a guy who was told, no, you're too hurt. You can never wrestle again. But god damn it, he fought back. And I don't really want to see Edge be world champion. I think no matter who he challenges, he should lose at WrestleMania. But what a great feel-good moment last night. And I've said many times before, especially since they've wanted to bury the name of Chris Benoit, have someone else run the wire. I mean, you guys would volunteer for it, if you know what I mean. But yeah, I'm so happy it happened, and just a great show. A great show. The best show WWE has put on since the coronavirus. Hands down, it was phenomenal. 2 great Rumbles with surprising, cathartic winners. A man who was shut down, career was over, has a chance at redemption, and a woman who is fought and clawed to the top and finally has her moment, her opportunity at the spotlight. Can't wait for WrestleMania. I hope it's great. Anyhow, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Hope y'all like all my stuff. Share, subscribe if you want to. I'm Jake Davis, and I'll catch y'all on the fly.